I mean, I looked at people who read the book, and you could see the transformation that took place in them, because the author was able to have the intelligence and the courage to get the information out. Now, just talking that way, it's engaging her at an interesting level, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Women usually take much longer to decide whether or not they like a guy, which is why they sometimes put a lot more tests before deciding if they want to pursue with you or not. And as a result, many guys try to over-deliver waiting for her approval, which ultimately makes her run away. But on the opposite, you can learn to use a simple technique called value elicitation to create an almost instantaneous connection with her and make her feel like she has known you forever.
What is it about sex that you enjoy?
Attention.
Attention?
Yeah.
Really? Like what kind of attention?
Just that somebody else is only focused on me. And it sounds selfish, I think, but I mean, like, it's a reciprocal attention. Like, I want to give attention just to one person. I want to, like, I enjoy that reciprocal nature of that.
So when you feel this attention, when you feel that reciprocal nature with someone, what is it like for you?
Great. It's great. It's honestly something where it's worth it because I don't sleep with everybody I meet. So when I do decide to have sex with somebody, it's like, I'm so glad I was not sleeping with everyone because I'm sure this is so much better than sleeping with everyone.
But you did save some strawberries, though.
So the main idea behind this technique, and this one was done during a seminar, but I have used that extensively myself, is to let them seduce themselves into seducing you. The thing is, even if you're special, and I don't doubt that, you know, a woman had a life before she met you, so she already knows how to get attracted, how to feel connected to a man. She usually already knows that. All you have to do is elicit those processes and get them to come back alive at the surface at the moment you talk to her. So you lead her mind with questions like, what do you enjoy the most about X or Y? What do you enjoy the most about X? And then the secondary is, how do you know you're getting this? So what do you enjoy the most about an emotional connection? What do you enjoy the most about riding a horse, if she's horse riding? What do you enjoy the most about meeting somebody and falling in love? What do you enjoy the most about sex in that example? This one might seem too offensive and intrusive in the beginning, and usually, yes, you have to go from the least intrusive to the most intrusive, but the process is always the same. You take one thing she likes, or one thing that she seems to like, and you explore. You explore why, what the reasons are for why does she like it so much. Then you make her connect with the criteria, asking her, how do you know you are getting this? So if what you enjoy the most about sex is having somebody to share great moments with, oh, great moments, so how do you know you are having a great moment right now? And then you get her mind to associate more fully with that experience herself. One very simple thing most guys miss when they watch an example like this is to repeat exactly the words she used. Not your interpretation of the words she used, but exactly the words she has mentioned when she has answered your question. Most women, you know, feel like they are not being understood. Even if you think they are on a pedestal, actually many of them feel insecure or not good enough compared to other women they see on Instagram, and they constantly feel like they have to be validated. Even if they push you away, that is sometimes just a reflex to not let you see their insecurities. Sometimes that happens too. So when you are using exactly the words she used and repeat them back to her and exploring what those words mean, first of all, she feels understood. Oh, finally someone who listens for once. When you take the time to do that, instead of just thinking about how do I get her into bed, you take the time to create an actual connection with the person you are talking to. The human being behind the legs, behind the boobs, the actual person. Then you are creating a stronger link, and then she notices that you are different from most other guys. Because most guys she is meeting usually, especially if she's beautiful, most guys that she is meeting just want her for her body, or they don't really care about who she is. When you ask such questions, you are creating a deeper bridge with her personality, with her identity. And be aware that feeling understood or being understood for a woman can often mean the same thing than being horny for you. Usually guys only see things through the visual. She looks great, therefore I want her. For a woman, it's much more about how she feels in the moment with you. So when you elicit those processes, she might feel like, oh, you really care about her, and you really care about understanding who she is. And if you are interested, I had also made a demonstration of this with an actual girl I was talking to. I was recording. She didn't know I was recording, so maybe I should not allow you to listen to this, but it was long ago, so I guess it is fine, I hope. So you can download down below if you want an example of my own conversation where I have used this process, and you can follow exactly the same steps. Not the same words I used because those were her words, but you use the same exact questions and you can lead her mind into the exact same openness.
I want to create that state of curiosity and intrigue. The problem with what I just did is I didn't learn a single thing about her, did I? No. I didn't learn anything about her that I can utilize later. I don't know anything about her as a person. Yeah, she went into a nice state that you guys could see, and that felt good for me. I got a little rush, all nice. But what have I learned? But what have I learned about her as a person? Nothing, and I don't like that. So I want to take a different approach with her. So let me ask you, do you mind if I ask, what do you do for a living?
Sure. I'm a writer, an author.
Ah, okay. Cool. Now, my response is one of genuine curiosity because I like creative people. This is not feigned. I really enjoy it. Let me ask you a question. I know as a writer, people face certain challenges. There's always the challenge of selling your work and all that other stuff.
Amen.
Amen to that. So I'm getting some rapport. I'm pacing her world by demonstrating verbal understanding. I demonstrate understanding so I get rapport. I am curious about this. What is it about writing that you find the most fulfilling?
I like to get information out, and I like to express myself.
You like to get information out, and you like to express yourself. See, I think that's very important, and part of that process is understanding what information is important enough to pay attention to, and also that when you look at information, there's some that's just not important. You have to know what to ignore. True?
True.
So I'm curious, how do you know when you're gathering information about a subject what's important enough to really pay attention to feel that yes, this is true, and what you're going to go, I don't think that's important enough. How do you know?
Good question. I guess it's if I think it's life transforming, or if it can change people's lives for the better.
Okay. I really do want to know. When you evaluate information, how do you know if it's life transforming, or how do you know it's going to be like gobbledygook like?
Well, again, like I go with, do I think it'll change people's lives for the better? Can they use it?
Now, she just repeated something. She leaned on something very hard. What is she leaning on? Change people's lives. And she also said the word transform. Change people's lives for the better. Okay. Now, that tells me something about who she is and what's of deep value to her as a person. You know what? I'll tell you something. I was reading a book, and the most wonderful thing about this book is it offered information that totally changes people's lives. I mean, I looked at people who read the book, and you could see the transformation that took place in them because the author was able to have the intelligence and the courage to get the information out. Now, just talking that way, it's engaging her at an interesting level, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Ross Jeffries, you could see the exact same things, twice more examples to sharpen your mind. Next time you will use that technique, repeat exactly the same words she has used. Before asking the next question, first repeat the exact words, not your interpretation of what she meant, but the actual words she used, and then ask the next question to keep leading her into getting deeper in touch with her own emotions and feelings. So what do you enjoy the most about X or Y? How do you know you are getting this? And sometimes what Ross is doing here too is leading with double-bind questions. Is it more this or is it more that? When she has trouble figuring out an answer because those questions can touch upon deeper parts of her identity which not many people are used to investigate, so maybe she will be a bit confused, not knowing what to reply, you can lead her state and mind more easily in that case by offering a menu of 2 choices. So when you really feel that you are falling in love, what does that give you in the end? Oh, I feel understood, for example. Okay, being understood, does that make you feel more alive, or does that help you to connect even better? whatever you say. You just offer two choices so that she can make up her mind more easily. And ultimately, this whole process is about getting her to evaluate why she does or why she loves what she loves, why she does things that she loves doing. When you keep going deeper and deeper in that process, then she gets more connected to her essence, to anything even spiritual sometimes, depending on how open she is about those things. You get her to get deeper and deeper. And as I said before, you will make her feel like, oh, fuck, this guy is really listening to me, which not many guys do, even if you think they do. Most guys just stay into their head and try to get her into bed, but they don't really take the time to listen and investigate who she is. So first of all, she will notice that you keep listening. Whoa! And then you might even get her to learn things about herself. Most people's very favorite topic in life is just themselves. When you do that process, you actually get her to discover herself more and more. Be careful, it is not about being her therapist. It is about helping her or just giving her the opportunity to discover more and more who she is from the inside. And I found out it was also quite interesting to better select, because from all the women you will meet, some of them you think are great and in the end they're not that great or don't really match what you will be happy with. When you complete that process ahead of time, you also notice, does she really have the kind of personality and life desires or anything that I could see myself exchanging with and dealing with? Otherwise, maybe I just don't care. If she's really somebody I'm not really that interested in, why should I care so much? And again, if you want to see a complete demonstration of also how I have used that myself and what were the steps I used one at a time, you can download down below an audio recording from the actual moment where I have used that technique. One of the moments, I haven't been recording all of them, but this one I had recorded, and the connection escalated much faster with that girl I have used that with. This whole demonstration is down below in the description. You can download it right away. You will be my guest, and thank you very much for watching. Ask any questions in the comment section if you have, and see you soon in the next video.